We're back with some more Humankind, and the world is at war. The Dutch are entangled in a nefarious war with the Zulu, apparently. We're trying to colonize this southern continent, and the Zulu just showed up on the shores and started getting aggressive with us. They've occupied Amsterdam, which I had just made into a city, so maybe I made it too close. Maybe I should have backed up. I don't know. But it's okay. Today we're going to try and strike back if we can. They are probably a little more technologically advanced than us because they're a whole era ahead. And they have more war support than us because they've been winning some fights down here. So I'm going to try to turn it around by... I'm bringing some units down. We're going to try and retake Amsterdam. Maybe go on to take KwaBulawayo, if that's right. Still trying to grab the rest of this continent. When I loaded up the game today, I saw a notification that the Aztecs are now afraid of us. We're so much stronger than them, and they're just not trying very hard, I think. We could probably take them over easily if we wanted, but I'm not concerned with them right now. We have other things to deal with. One thing I forgot to check when we switched to the Dutch was our merchant affinity. So we have our, merchant special power investor. Our affinity there at the bottom is that we can purchase access to resources exploited by other empires even if we don't have trade treaties with them. So I can still buy their resources even if we're not actively trading. Our power here is interesting. I don't know if I've used it before, but it's invest in a resource deposit. If there's nothing there, then we instantly build an extractor. Otherwise, we share a sum of money with the owner of the extractor. And if it's a resource under an independent people, the money that they earn from that will count as a bribe, which is actually kind of cool. So looking over here at the independent peoples, I have 32% with them, Akkad 42%, Carthage 54%, which is getting up close to when they can really start helping us out. So the one that's the farthest away from us is Knock here. So what if I invested, I can't even see what's going on here, invest in one of their resources. Let's see, tea or ebony. Do we have tea or ebony right now? I don't, oh, up here. I was like, where do I even see that? We do have tea. It looks like we don't have access to ebony right now, so yeah. Oh, look at that. I didn't know you could do that. In the trade window, if we click on one, we can directly buy it here. And it shows its diversification effect and the cumulative effect. That's nice. Okay. But I'm not going to just buy it. I'm going to invest 10 influence to obtain 4 patronage with Knock. Okay. I can't see it, but I think it worked. And that will help. It also counts as a bribe. They're like, oh, a foreign power is investing in us. We like them. That should help that go up, I assume. I don't know. We're just trying stuff. Anyway. Let's go back to the war front here. Orange has some horsemen down there, but they're not going to help at all. Oh, God. Here they come. They're ransacking us. No, my outpost, they're ransacking it. Let's see. What is their strength? We've got varying units here. We're looking at about 42, 43, 46. Oof. And what do I have? 42s with halberdiers. Also, we brought a couple of Aras. I don't know. They're ransacking this for 3 turns. And it looks like if we fight, we'll have a slight advantage with the units we have here. So if they're going to be stuck there for a couple of turns, let's try and get to a better position. Yeah, I feel kind of unprepared. I really wasn't ready to suddenly go to war with them. And this is what the computer always does to me. Somebody gets mad at me because I'm doing well or I'm in their area. And then they're like, aha, suddenly I declare war on you and I have a bunch of units right outside your borders. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't really plan for this. And like, that's my fault. I should have some units on standby just in case. But I never think about it. I don't know. I'm like, I'll be okay. We won't fight for a long time. And then suddenly they're upon me. Sacred cows. Our citizens are increasingly drawn to the culture of the Zulu. Oh, no, absolutely not. Are others' customs to be honored or dismantled? We can get +5 money per number of territories in our sphere of influence. Or cultural eradication. -10 stability per number of attached territories. So big areas in our cities, lower stability. But we get influence for each one. Prevent the spread of other empires' sphere of influence through controlled territory. Interesting. Well, let's take a look at that. No, they don't. I know that the event window said that they're having an influence on us, but the facts seem to show otherwise. Right now, they don't really have an influence on us. So I'm going to go for the money.
Every culture has its lessons, its traditions, its values. It would be cruel to see them perish.
And now we have enough influence to get this one as well, which was, I wanted the militia one.
How far can you trust a leader whose primary concern is their family, not their people?
I don't know, man. What do we want to get? The mercantile. Okay, they've challenged us down here. It's going to be a close one. Okay, weird. So, since they attacked us from this angle and they attacked our horse guys, we're deploying on this side. You can see that our halberdiers are over here, but they're listed as reinforcements. So I don't deploy them now, but we'll be able to pull them into the battle pretty soon. So they can't deploy down here, even though technically these are their walls right now, which is weird. So I'm gonna just kind of hide these here for now. Draw them in. I'm gonna hit auto deploy on my halberdiers, so as soon as they can come into the battle, they should show up. Here we go. Start halberding people. Yeah, see, now I can pull them in from this tile where they were. And we'll start hitting them from the back. Yeah. Surprise. You neglected to account for all my halberdiers by the coast. Oh, God, the guns. Yeah, imagine if you showed up with all your armored knights and they're like, we got guns. Just starts blasting them. It's not cool. They do a lot of damage. All right, well, this at least is all covered, so let's head over to the west side. You know, Orange, it would be nice if you, like, helped me out a little bit.
We are pleased to see you again.
We're allied, right? Help me fight them. Do something. Alright, well, we have another unit of halberdiers, but with all their guns. Kind of sucks. Yeah, close to a defeat in the war. My war support's going down because I can't win any of these fights against all their musketeers and whatever the heck they have. Can I sneak a harbor right here? Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll enter the land from over here where they can't shoot me. What? Hold on, what is going on? End of the war with Senator Musashi. The Zulu has rebelled against their liege. What?
Will we end the day friends or foes?
We're at peace with them. Hold on, I thought that... I'm going to have to go back and check the tape. I thought that Lime Green was a vassal of the Zulu. But that text box just made it sound like it was the opposite. Weird. Well, I don't exactly know what happened there, but these two have broken apart. They're no longer part of the same faction, which is good because maybe we can get in good with the Mississippians. Interesting. Hey, what's up? What if we don't fight? Yeah, that sounds good to me. What if we were best friends and you helped me fight against these Zulu? Maybe. How are we doing over here? We've got some new treaties. I'm gonna go for profit sharing because I need more money to fund this war. What do you want, Orange?
Pleased to see you again.
Oh, they're not afraid anymore. They're reverential. Well, good. That's right where I want you to be. We're going to take up a defensive position at Glos. Because they're probably going to ransack this. But then we'll stop them here at the mountains. Yeah, more musketeers. Arquebusiers. I don't know if I'm saying that right. That's what the letters look like to me. I come bearing steam. An inventor-engineer ostracized from her own country on account of her religion has come to you offering her scientific expertise. We could naturalize, giving us a science bonus, or jail her, which will up stability. No, I need the science bonus. Welcome to the Dutch.
Axis isn't extremist. Think of it as being focused, yes? Very goal-oriented.
That's right. Very focused. Very demure. Oh, they're not on my outpost anymore. I could spend influence to move it somewhere else. Somewhere easier for me to fight on it. I don't know. I think it's okay where it is. That's funny though. Okay. Another scientist star. Interestingly, we've gotten all the stars we need for this era, but we still haven't gotten any merchant stars. The one thing I was supposed to be good at. It's because we got kind of a slow start on the money. This should... Well, how much are we making? We're making 800 per turn. I'd like to get at least some of those. There we go. Big musketeers. Move them down here to my new harbor. Okay, now I have a fleet of Carracks watching this, whatever you'd call it. I don't know the names of different water features. Yes, we're mounting a resistance force. How is the war looking? Our war support is very low because they have Amsterdam occupied and we haven't been able to fight back. All right, you guys wait there. I'm shipping musketeers over. Artistic expression. Should artists be subject to censorship or given free reign of expression? We can censor them, which makes stability losses and gains stronger because our freedom goes down. If we go free arts, commons quarters get better.
If art is to speak and show the truth, you can't gag and bind it.
That's right. I'm fine with free arts. That's fine. Okay, yeah, let's start churning out some money. Stability's kind of middling. Bank, taxation office, commodity market, customs farm. I want it all.
It was not love or hate.
These guys are suspicious of us because we're stronger than them militarily. But they're also at war. Oh, that's awesome. They're at war with the Zulu now. A civil war going on there. That'll help us. Because now they're fighting on two fronts, which is great. And let's see here. Let's share maps. Ah, he didn't go for it. I wanted to get the rest of this map. But he's like, you don't need that. That's okay. Still several turns before we get our first star. But I don't, like, I'm disappointed in myself for not being able to get more of this. But on the other hand, you know, we'll probably be okay without that fame, and it might be better for me to keep moving on so we can keep getting technology. All right, I know our war support is low, but I now have a force. So let's try and turn things around, huh? Everybody move out. Now, when we started this game, I told you, and I'm not trying to hide it, I've only played, 3 rounds of Humankind so far. I'm still learning. I'm not great at this game. I just like it. I think it's fun. Like, think about everything that's happened so far. Lots of discovery, surprises. That kind of stuff is fun. When we located this continent and no one was settled on it, I was so excited. I'm like, oh man, all this extra land just for me. You never know what you might find. Everyone move out. We're going to try and retake Amsterdam.
Come. Both our peoples need this.
Yes, I'll take it.
And we should celebrate the agreement.
I'm happy.
Me too. All right. While I have you here, Shaka Zulu, the Polish, I wanted to look at the trade tab here. We're making 900 gold per turn now, which is, better. Pretty good. And these are the resources that the Poles have. So I'm trying to look at, is there anything we want? Strategic resources, we have quite a bit now, especially after outposting this whole continent. Luxuries, are there any luxuries we don't have? We don't have coffee right now, which they do. We don't have ebony except for, that one special power we used over on the East continent. Pearls, we do have one. Ambergris we have. So coffee and ebony, if I start buying from them, it's not going to be that expensive. The coffee will give us extra food for our farmers and stability. Ebony gives us stability and extra industry on our admin centers. And that's just from having one, I think. So I'm going to buy those because the diversification is good for us. And we only lost 10 money per turn. So thank you very much. That's a cheap boost for us. Now then. We've got a good chunk of gold and we're still in our own territory, so I can do these upgrades. We've got a message from the Zulu, which I'm sure is they want us to surrender. But I'm going to try and put it off if I can. All right, let's see what the deal is. We got our merchant power back. I'm going to use it over here again. Just for a little bit of bribery. We're up to 37%. Carthage, almost to 60. Akkad is getting up there. Oh, but they distrust us. We must have different ideologies. They don't like us that much. Guys, that's what the bribes are for. Our war support is bad. It's going to be 0 next turn. So let's make some stuff happen. Over the mountains, suddenly the Dutch musketeers appear to take back Amsterdam. Stability in this city is getting low. Why so low? You can see all the pluses and minuses here, but I'm not going to remember all that. Oh, minus, okay. Down there at the bottom, that's the key one. Minus 40 from war weariness, okay? They would have a lot more stability, except all of our cities now are going to be like, man, we're tired of being in this war where we're losing, and we're not happy about it. Okay, so if we let the war continue for a long time, all of our cities are going to be unstable. But I can weather that for a little bit while we try to make a comeback. That's the hope anyway. I'm getting close to at least one merchant star. If I could get one, I would be thrilled. The assault on Amsterdam. It was undefended. I did not need to prepare that hard. They didn't leave anybody there. So now it's just mine again. Okay, great. That was easy. It counted all of them as being in the battle, though, so they can't move. Okay, well, we're going to sweep right on through to this other city. I haven't seen any of their units, and I kind of feel like maybe they changed their focus back to fighting the Mississippians, which is awesome. That's amazing. Exactly what I need. All right, we have luxury resource extractors now. So we can get big stability from making cool extractors. Amsterdam is back, baby. Let's make this VOC warehouse before we switch cultures. The sudden breakup of these two over here is going to be the key to making this very easy for me. Still looking for a merchant star. Just one to make myself feel better. Okay. That is this entire continent outposted with little trouble, except for the Zulu, of course. But I'm going to take care of that problem shortly. I see some land over here across the way that no one is living there, so I'm going to send my settlers over there. We'll check it out. I know that everyone is tired of the war. I have a plan, okay? Hey, a merchant star. Yay, there we go. I finally succeeded at something. Okay, well, having gotten one merchant star, the next one will take a while. I did manage to get a lot of these without really trying, so that's good. And just a little, 2 kills off of a militarist star. But I don't even know if there's any units here still, or if they all left. We got one boat. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Even if I kill it, that's still not enough. Hey, look, my scout is still sailing around. I can have all my halberdiers get back in their boats to fight this boat. Nah, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth sticking around. So, not my best merchant era. But let's move on to the next one because I need some heavier firepower. We already know that they took the Zulu. And what are their deals? Health regen on unit. That's not cool. Combat strength for supplied units. They have impies. And the warriors Izindlu. Kind of a better garrison. Okay. Well, what do we want to do? We could stay. Whoops. We could stay as the Dutch. Get the fame bonus, right? We are getting a lot of money from our outposts right now. Or we could change it up. We could become British, which is still, it's expansionist, but it's still money focused. The Germans are all about naval combat strength, which might be good against the Zulu since they're across the ocean. We've got the Italians, which have a lot of stability and influence bonuses. Here's a thought. We have a bunch of outposts, right? I can't like make all of them into cities because we'll go way over the city cap and we'll take an influence penalty. But the Russians here, they're expansionist. The expansionist city affinity bonus is they can always trespass on other people's land, which is funny. But look, their trait is more fortification on all their cities and outposts. Creating outposts is cheaper. Of course, we don't need to do that now. We already did it. But cheaper attach outposts to cities and cheaper absorb cities, right? Which I think is when we merge 2 of them together. Which means we could turn all of the southern continent into city land by attaching things together, and it would be cheaper. That might be good. I think we'd get a lot of credit for turning all that land into, cities, actually part of our borders. We get Cossacks, and then their emblematic district gives influence and stability and faith. And health regen. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, let's give them a try. Let's go for Russia. An interesting strategy, if I do say so myself. Oh, good. Yeah, this is one of their districts, so I can attack here and we can start fighting. They don't have anyone stationed here. It's just their home guard. So we should win this one without having to siege or anything like that. All right, if I instant, we'll lose like 1 guy maybe. But let's watch it for fun. Automatic. Let's see what you got. Here go my guys that I shipped over from the north. The army I brought over was, roughly as strong as the people they had here, but I think they all shipped out to fight back on their homeland. And so we should be fine to beat these draftees that they left behind. Looking good to me. Hey, we got that militarist star before we switched. Yes. I wasn't thinking about that, but we did take out 2 guys, so it counts.
The world gets larger, the cities expand, buildings reach higher, and roads stretch. Towns congest, and railroads bring distant goods to the doorstep. Anything seems possible in this wondrous future. Though as humankind grows, the planet itself appears to shrink. Incredible writers, poets, painters, and ballet stars. But they do have to suffer through the most terrible winters for their art.
Okay, we finally reached the industrial era as Russia. Yes, so we get expansionist stars by having territories that are attached to any city. And we've conquered Perseus.
A rebellion? What do you know? The population really is revolting.
Who's rebelling? Nobody that I know, I hope. Yeah, so we've occupied this. We control this entire continent now. And we should get our expansionist stars by attaching territories to cities, which we have a lot of territories to do that with. So, I think there's definitely stuff for us here. We won this battle. Okay, how's this war look now?
I hope our little chat is as unpleasant for you as it is for me.
Shut up. Shut up, you. Uh-oh. Their stability is low, and their war support is starting to drop. Mine is not good. Don't get it wrong. It's not great. But theirs is dropping a lot faster than ours, and now they're not occupying any of our cities. We're occupying one of theirs. So we've just turned the tide. And now if I can just wait it out till their stability gets, or their war support gets really low, I can ask them to surrender. Which will teach them to declare war on me, the mighty, well, Russians now. I was going to say Dutch, but that's not the case anymore. Okay. We can now build sobors. Nice. We'll have the nicest ambergris factory in the world. The citizens have taken matters into their own hands and have formed a number of organizational committees. I see, they're taking over the town. We can prohibit it and appoint an administrator. That gives us +1 city cap. Or we can just wait and let them self-govern and get the fame. Normally, I would just take the fame. Like, I don't care about this at all. But the city cap is kind of nice. I'm going to take that. That's a nice bonus to just get from an event. All right, new era of technology. Here we go. We've got Cossacks available here. Encyclopedia gives us cheaper civics, and but prevents the population from being consumed. Right, because earlier when I was trying to rush production of some things, it took extra population to do so. Labor charter means that we can't do that anymore, which is fine. Steam engine makes makers' quarters cheaper. We get a better colony blueprint. We also get access to coal and train stations. Nice. That's a pretty big one. Let's do steam engine first. I like that. Let's see here. Archaics. Why don't you guys maybe explore? Let's split you up. Explore the ocean. Try not to get killed. I don't know why you're all going the same way, but okay. They'll figure it out. Yeah, stability is real bad. People are not happy. But it's all part of my genius war plan to just hold out for a little longer.
Your presence darkens my day.
Suck it, Agamemnon. You started this war, and you didn't have a very good plan. See, my war support is dropping very slowly because we have the 1 city occupied. Theirs is -9 per turn. Tyrannical. No kidding. What is our expansionist power? Oh, target another empire's outpost or admin center to forcibly add it. So it's like, instead of ransacking an outpost, which I think takes it off the map, we move an army in and over a couple of turns take it over and make it ours, which would be nice if they had any outposts over here, but they don't. All of our characters have run into their, what? A sloop. Ah, which is weaker. And plus we have 4 boats here. Attack! They ran away. That's fine. Add it to the war score. Yes, we got +2 for making them run away. That's right, Agamemnon.
Speak.
Aha!
I promise to pretend.
It worked. They are surrendering. We held out just long enough. Okay, we got enough war score to say give us that city we're occupying, which is fine with me.
We thank you. We almost feel kinship with you.
No,
My
we
people
don't.
will not be slaughtered. We surrender.
Yeah, nice war, idiot. Okay. It took a little bit of work, a little bit of time, but we pulled through in the end. Now then, I'm not going to disband all of my units at this moment, because I feel like we're going to maybe fight with them again in the future. 39%. I'm looking for 60%. Oh no, what happened here? Oh yeah. They must have been fighting with the, what was this, Carthage or something? And wiped them out. That stinks. They were good friends of mine. You jerks. Let's talk alcohol. We can prohibit it. We can dismiss this. We can regulate it. Regulation. Get some money. It's fine with me. Now we're making 1,400 per turn. I could have used that last era. Yeah, what is going on over here? Is this connected or is it an island? I bet it's an island. Yep. And just nobody ever made it over here. Plus it's all covered in snow. But it does have some resources we can take advantage of. And so we shall. Right here looks good to me. Okay. This one belongs to us. It could also be a nice staging area if we need to attack from the east. Okay. So now we've got several thousand culture influence, I should say. What do we want to do with the land down here? Because all these outposts, if we can make some cities, we could start building down there, right? First of all, before we do that, let's look at our outposts and see what we can get through influence alone. Right, we can build some stuff just with our influence. For every, like, upgraded luxury thing, we get 50 fame. Is that right? Wow. You might only be able to make 1 per, like, luxury type. I'm not sure. But that seems like a lot. I don't know. Yeah, this is going to eat up our influence. But then it doesn't take time building it with the cities. Okay, so right now we have 3 cities. And I kind of want to turn these into 1, which we have enough influence to do. So let me absorb KwaBulawayo into Amsterdam. Combine them now. This is 1 city. And let's see, we could do like 1 city here, absorb all these territories. We could have Damascus, and then we could have 1 over here, maybe. I think that makes sense. But we're going to need more influence before we do that. Stability is going up because the war weariness has gone away. And this settler, I'm going to move back to Damascus because we can disband it, and that will take the population from the settlers and put it back into the city, which just helps with our growth. So I don't need it anymore right now. Oh, these must be the rebels. We got that message a while ago about somebody rebelling. It's these guys. Russian rebels. It's because our stability was so low. And I don't know, maybe population came out of a city. I'm not really sure where they come from. But these people have rebelled. So they're basically looking for a fight with us, but they're not strong enough to get anything done. If it gets really bad, like, I think your cities can rebel completely and become independent, but I don't know. We'll be okay. I don't care if they attack us. We'll be fine. Now then, we're going to take a break. But I wanted to touch on one thing before we go, because I just noticed that it popped up. All right, we're at end turn. Perfect. So one last thing. I saw that this is probably just starting because of the industrial era, but we've now unlocked pollution. Pollution starts showing up. Of course, you know, we got factories. We're working all sorts of materials and so on. The era of pollution has begun. You can see the world right now has 10 pollution, which isn't very much, but it goes up 5 per turn. And that's based on not just mine, but everybody's buildings and so on. Now you'll see some of the infrastructure that we make will say like, oh, plus X pollution. You'll see infrastructure say like, oh, here's the bonuses you get and plus 5 pollution per turn or whatever for everyone you build. And so this starts ramping up pretty quickly. Now, nothing really happens until the total world pollution hits, what, 12.5 thousand in a fast game. In a normal game, I think it's 25,000. But once that hits, the world goes to level 1 pollution, which I think makes all food production go down. It makes all your farms, all your farm buildings, it brings all of that down. So suddenly food becomes more scarce and the pollution keeps going up. So it'll get worse if you don't keep it under control. I think if the pollution gets bad enough, the world becomes uninhabitable, which I've never gotten to that point. But I think that's one of the game end conditions. It's like nobody can live here anymore. It's too gross. So whoever was the most famous wins. But I mean, you're all dying anyway, right? Now there are a couple ways to combat this. We'll see some events, civics, whatever that might help with pollution. And also, we have access to build forests. We've had this option for quite a while, but you can see that it gives us a negative pollution for every forest we plant. So later, you know, we've still got a lot of tiles we haven't used for districts. Later, we might think about building some forests to cancel out some of the pollution coming out of our cities, just to keep the world, you know, in order, so we don't take the big food penalty later on. You can also see right now we're the top polluter. We're making the most pollution out of anyone, which I don't know. I mean, people are probably going to be upset about that. Maybe we'll get some fame. They'll be like, "Wow, you're a terrible polluter. You've made the world terrible. Here's some fame." I don't know. We'll see. But we'll keep an eye on it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. We managed to make a comeback in that war, which is great. I'm going to start making cities down here. And then once we have kind of a stable state over here in the west, we'll look back at the Zulu and see what we can do over here. But thanks for hanging out. See you guys next time.